Welcome, guys, to another episode of Rebel Rock. This is our weekly hangout. We talk about music, we collect music, we share stories, we hang out. I am Dan, and next to me here is Nick Grandchamp.
Yo, the
We're gonna
one
be rocking it. No RBK this week, no Dave this week. The two of us, like last week, we're gonna hold it down. God
we're
damn it!
holding it down. The original Rebel Rock crew, but we love the homies too. We can't wait for them to come back. But you already know, I had a big haul. I mean, it was what last Wednesday, so it was the day after, a couple days after. Listen,
Hey,
so
you had a big haul. Hey, pause.
pause. How about you?
We're gonna save that. That's a tease right there. That's a tease. We're gonna give him a little bit later. But
Yes.
first, we're gonna say hello to Jeff because he's in the house.
What up, Jeff?
We love it when you guys comment, so make sure to keep commenting during the episode. If you're seeing something you like, you want to talk about something, always let us know. Nick, did you have to go to the dentist again this week?
No, I spent the last couple years getting a lot of my shit straightened out here, but I have to go in June. How about you? Did you go back?
Yeah, I actually had to go back.
You filling or
No, second cleaning in the last couple weeks. They took care of everything. Everything's looking good. Next two visits, I got some fillings to do. Third visit, we're gonna start yanking some teeth that have broken in the back.
yeah? I just got all that shit done. The last fucking over the last 2 years. It was hey G Dub.
G Dub's in the house.
G fucking Dub. We love you, buddy. So yeah, it took about 2 years. COVID kind of slew everything down. So I go to one of the last local dentists in the area, Cornerstone Dentist. Like they've all been bought out by like corporate stuff. Like if that makes sense. So like it's all like
Aspen Dental.
Aspen Dent, yeah. So I go to one of the legit one of the last like local kind of place, which I like way better than corporate.
Yeah, you don't want to go to a McDonald's of dentistry.
Yeah, box fucking shit. So yeah, man, it took a couple of while, but yeah, it's good to have that. You got insurance, you said, so good. Yes.
So that's been the highlight of my week so far. On top of, I mean, I have a bunch of CD finds that I've been holding on to for months now.
Wow, nice.
So
nice.
we both got some stuff to show. I found I found some good stuff, some River City Rebels videos.
Oh, we got them lined up or what?
We got one lined up, but the other footage I'm going to tell you about a little bit later in the episode is it's special, and we're going to discuss it a little bit, but we're going to wait a little bit on that before we get into that, because that's kind of like the headliner, I think.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Did hey
yeah, GW, yeah, I hear you,
dude. I mean, here's the thing: dentists suck going to it because you already know when you walk in. If you know, you're like, shit. All right, ain't gonna be good news. So you kind of already know, for the most part. Did you all have a good Valentine's Day? Leave some comments. Do you celebrate people? Do you just do you don't care? I know it's a kind of a yep. And here's the thing. You can do something for your love, or if you don't have one, all throughout the year. Fuck having just one day to do it. It's just a corporate shit. But damn, should we just go right ahead into it?
Let's do it. Like, I think we got some people here hanging out, so maybe they want to see what you found this week.
I mean, it's getting crazy. So I'm gonna spit these pretty quick because, like, low key went into the back room and got the old Nick Grandchamp, tour of the back room at the thrift. So I'm starting off with this. Dan saw this. Thin Lizzy, really cool, man. Fortunate to have this. This is the CD. Greatest hits. I don't think they came out with a lot of those, but
I mean, that's a good find, because essentially that's what you need in your collection, because you obviously traded off the vinyl to me, but really that is the essential listening right there.
Just found these on my way out the door. Blues Brothers, one. Here's another Blues Brothers. I mean, one of the best movies of all time. You have to love, gotta have love. Check it out. Never heard of these guys, but I had to check them out. Los Lobos. Is that
You've
how you
never
say
heard of Los Lobos?
No.
Wow. Okay.
I
Uh,
so what am I missing, Dan? Tell me.
um, I'm trying to think of their claim to fame. Really, was probably as the you've seen La Bamba.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
They they're up in that, and they were kind of they've been around since 1980, I do believe. So they've been around for years in the LA scene and out in California.
That's
Good,
pretty
it's good music.
Power Station. Picked it up. Familiar with these guys, Dan?
Yeah, the singer of Power Station was kind of an all-star group. The lead singer was the one that did Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love was his big
Yeah.
song.
Yes. Great hit.
Jay Giles band.
Yep. Had to get that.
Toto.
Yep. Toto. Here's the thing. All these I got for $20. Took the lot.
Dukes of Hazzard.
That has your name on it, Bob. That's going to you.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Try to make it quick because I got a lot of them. This is George Benson. You ever heard of him?
I bet RBK might be interested in that.
All right. It's yours, RBK. I want to get some love. This is really rad. This is an Elton John like poster and a bunch of cool stuff.
What was that? It was probably in a record at one point, right?
Yeah. Really cool stuff. It's definitely in a record at some point. It's got some lyrics on it. What do we got here? We've got Michael Wendrith.
Yep. Yeah, it's singer-songwriter stuff. He had one big hit that you would know, and other than that, probably not so much.
Tears of Fears. You hear about them?
Yeah, of course. Classic 80s right there.
Had to grab that. Al Cooper. Got him.
It's a good snag.
And here's some of the cool stuff. I got some Aerosmith. This has got an early one here.
Yep, Get Your Wings.
Yeah. Some more Aerosmith.
Rockin' a Hard Place. Yeah, that's a great one too.
This one's cool. Had to get it. Songbird, Jesse Colin Young. And this has your name on it too. I also love this band, but I know you love them a bit more. The English Beat.
Yeah.
That's a sick cover. Come on. Pretty cool.
Grand Champ. I have the CD, so I'll be able to hook you up with the CD version of that.
We can do that. I got another one of the Hi-Fi Test Press. They're you test your records out. There's a bunch up there, so I have a couple different versions.
Jeff is making the statement that Aerosmith is the best American rock band ever.
Man, that's hard, man. I don't know. Maybe. I would American, maybe put that spin on it. David Fry. We keep going here because I know you got some too. Ray Coffin.
That's Kniff, bud. That's
Kniff?
Ray Kniff.
Who the fuck was this?
That's Ray Kniff, bud.
I guess so. Rick Nelson.
Yeah, he was a teen idol at one point.
I bought this for the cover, man. I don't even know who this is. This is Judy Collins, Hard Times for Lovers.
Wait a minute, Grand Champ. The comments. So over the Aerosmith statement, false.
You think?
And then GW says those Test albums are better than Aerosmith.
Damn.
Jeff ain't taking that. Jeff ain't taking it. All right, what do you got next? You know who that is? You don't even know who that is, do you?
She seems really familiar, and she's really hot.
If I'm correct, I want to say that's Mary from Peter, Paul, and Mary, but I could be wrong.
Damn, you might be right. I bought this also for the cover. 20 Rockin' Originals. We got fucking Hot Rod Lincoln. We've got a bunch of cool kind of stuff. I mean,
It's all the looks like the late 50s rock and roll.
gotta love the babes on it.
Lee Clayton, never heard of Lee Clayton.
Me either, but look cool. Had to get some Dick Clark, 20 years of rock and roll. Son. I don't know why, but these were in the pile, and a lot of Duran Duran. I know. You fan, Dan?
Yeah, I have all those albums. They're pretty good. They're not bad.
Bad Company.
That's a great album. I got that one on vinyl. Blackfoot.
Yep, Striker.
I got that album on vinyl too.
Hank Williams in the beginning.
That's a great one to have.
Another Bad Company. This one also has your name on it.
Hell yeah.
Killers. I think this has been shown on this show a couple times. I think maybe all three of us have a copy of it.
I don't know if I do or not. I know Richard Brian Kahn definitely has a copy of that.
Had to throw in some Rod. Gotta have some.
I've never seen that album before.
You want this one too, Bob?
Yeah, I do.
Right. It's yours, buddy. This one's pretty cool. Alice Cooper, School's Out.
Yeah, that's one of the original ones that has the folding desk in the front.
It does. Look at. Yeah. Pretty cool. That's what it was.
Yeah, the front, Grand Champ, the front of that opens up like a desktop.
Oh, yes, it does. That's pretty cool. You got that, Bob, or did you want this one?
I believe I have a copy of that, yeah.
All right, cool.
That Grand Champ, you're gonna want to hold on to that. That's one of the best rock and roll records of all time.
Oh,
definitely hang on to that.
I was gonna keep it, but if you really, really wanted
it,
I was gonna trade it because we like our trades here. I don't know who the fuck this dude is, but it's like you never left. David Mason, I guess. Couldn't tell by the cover.
He was a member of Pink Floyd.
Really?
Yeah.
Young Bloods. Don't know this. It's like a compilation of a festival. So it's got a bunch of bands on it. Thought it was cool. Dire Straits. Thought it was cool. Some more Duran Duran. More Duran Duran. Coming down to the end here. Ringo's. That guy aged so good. He still looks great.
I mean, he's looked the same since 1975 with that beard.
This right here, I picked up. It looks pretty cool. Burning Spears.
Burning Spear is reggae music.
Yeah, it looks pretty sick. Double album. I love reggae too, even though it's not. Check it out. Listen Like Thieves.
Yeah, that's my favorite In Excess record.
Got this because the cover looked kind of cool. The pictures kind of look cool.
Who is that?
Another Al Cooper record. You're a Woman.
Yep.
Kind of cool. Kind of like that. Oh, some more Aerosmith hate. Toys in the Attic.
Classic.
More Aerosmith. So I got someone's Aerosmith collection. And so, there's a little bit of love for Air Supply. I did one of their shows, Artist Assistants, before COVID, and they were all really nice guys. In fact, I might still have a set list if you want it, Dan. I know you kind of like these. Your mom liked the band, right? So
yeah, my mom was a big fan. That was like her favorite group.
Pretty cool. And they were all really nice. So anyways, I got a couple more things, but you go next. I took enough time. Yeah.
I mean, that's a great haul, especially for the price you paid on that. The first thing I found was Violent Femmes. This album I seem to find all the time.
Can't beat it. Yeah.
Blister in the Suns on this one. This is the one everyone always gets down with. Tom Petty's Highway Companion. I've been listening to a bunch of Tom Petty lately.
Hell
So
yeah.
damn good.
He really was, man. Shit.
Talking Heads, Naked. This is the last and the final album, the 8th album in their catalog. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Greatest Hits. It's fun to debate. Have you seen the new Red Hot Chili Peppers song and video?
Yeah, I did the other day.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just gonna be honest. I was never a fan. I did get introduced very early on with the Peppers, and I just never connected. But I get it.
Hear me out. I think this is why the Red Hot Chili Peppers are kind of like hold a spot for me. So growing up in White River Junction, Vermont, like I wasn't exposed to punk rock at all. So the closest thing I think I would have had would have been like Blood Sugar Sex Magic. We would blast that on the boombox while we were skating. And early on, I mean, there was a lot of punk rock connection there. Flea was in the punk scene.
Yeah, he was big. Yeah, he was in that movie Suburbia too.
So exactly. So my guess is that there's still that there was my first probably introduction to what punk rock is or was. You know what I mean? At that time.
Especially, I can see that record being that. I mean, I remember that was the first tape I ever saw in 3rd grade. You know, a kid's brother brought it in, picking him up from school, and I was like, oh, cool.
So that's my thought on that. Greatest Hits, Black Crowes.
Oh yeah, gotta have that one.
Elvis Costello and the Attractions.
Oh shit.
Van Morrison, Astral Weeks, in my top 10 favorite albums of all time right here.
Love the Van, bro.
I love Van, especially that album.
Van Morrison played Rutland. Oh shit.
The Razor's Edge.
Can I just say, dude, before you go any further,
my
wife loves AC/DC, dude. Like huge. Like it's getting crazy. I'm finding like rare AC/DC vinyl on record, like on online to get her. Like she fucking and it's a great band to love. It's crazy. You should talk to her about it sometime. Be like, Nick said you like it's kind of getting like not weird, but like oh,
that's cool. Good for her.
Yeah,
that's really a good thing. Well, because I also got Back in Black.
Yeah,
we got Powerage.
That's such an awesome cover.
Oh, like, I love it.
Rock and roll cover albums, like, yeah. So you got
Breaker, like
you got someone's collection at that point.
Yeah, pretty much that's what it was. We'll go to the comments real quick. We got Sean in the house. What's up, Sean?
Sean, what's up, buddy?
We got Hank Rules comment about that Hank record you found.
Yeah, how to grab it, man.
Aerosmith Big Ones, that blue CD. We all had it. We all loved it. Big Ones it was a good album. I mean, definitely.
They have that album Get a Grip. Everyone thought Get a Grip got their name from. I was like,
you're like, no.
I was like, oh. No.
I think Flea did probably play with Fear for a bit.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I think you're correct.
Here's a good question. If there was a fire in your house, you could only grab 5 things from your collections, what would they be?
Good
Grand Champ.
Are we talking like record collection? Kind of guessing that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, collectibles, not like music gear.
I don't have like anything crazy super high end. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I guess some of the records I don't have anything that would be worth saving in a fire, but if I had to grab a couple records, probably, London Calling would be one. I would have to grab I have like man, I would have to grab a Fucked Up David Comes to Life record. I just got 12-inch. There's a couple more, but I don't have a lot of expensive stuff. So I guess I can't really answer that because nothing worth saving pretty much. Like,
For me, I have a Sylvain solo album signed.
see, like, yeah, I don't got that's sick. I don't have anything like that.
I would have to grab that. I have the box set behind me of the Clash, the big
Yeah,
giant boombox collection.
see, yeah, stuff like that. I
Like
do.
I would grab that. Man, there's so much. I don't know. Those are the first two things that I
I
came
guess
to mind.
the biggest thing I have record wise is signed copy of My War from Rollins. So I guess
Yeah.
I guess if you're talking collection wise, so that's kind of cool. So
GW feels bad about joking about Aerosmith. So he
no,
was
you
just
feel bad, man. They're cool, but I'm not. I don't know. Throwing out the best band in America, rock band.
I mean, the
Listening to
problem,
I
Aerosmith is so good, but the problem is each album has like two really good songs, and the rest is like filler. But for me, growing up in the '80s, and
yeah
they, it was a part of, yeah, New England. Yeah, I get it.
yeah yeah.
Couple more here that I found. Oh, I got this Big D and the Kids table.
Oh shit!
This is Do Your Art.
That's
This is the
cool.
new album. Dave McWayne, the singer of Big D, sent me this in the mail.
Straight up, that's some old school punk rock shit. You guys played with them quite a few times, so the Rebels
Yeah,
did.
and you can see down. I don't know if you can see it, but let me see if I can get it to focus there. No, 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 no. It's tougher than it looks. See, it says right there. You can't see it.
Shit.
Well, it says Danny and Nanny, and I made it on the album as a sample track.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, did you do? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Dave sampled Rebel Gaming Club, me talking on the outro of one of the episodes, and he took the sample and he put it on their new album.
Wow.
And then the outro is just an outro, so it's like a couple samples, but he
That's
called
really
it
cool.
Danny and Nanny. So I'm assuming it would be named after me. I would assume.
That's pretty cool. That's really awesome. Hey, there's a band that has stood the test of time, and I still love a lot of what they're doing, and that's a cool album name right there. You know, it's just they've been around and they've been always, from what I've heard, always solid dudes.
Great people. So the next worst pickup, I go into more detail on that, which will be airing tomorrow night. But yeah, we got some more. We got Suicane Gratification, the Paul Westerberg solo album.
How is that?
It's not his best work, but as a purist who loves him, I mean, it's a must have. Same with 14 songs. This one's a better album than that other one, but some more Black Crowes.
Nice.
You might even be able to say Black Crowes are one of the greatest American rock bands of all time.
I mean that's up there.
But if we're talking Beach Boys, I think would trump all those bands, but that's just me. We got a Buddy Holly collection.
That's cool.
It's got a bunch of songs, pretty much the whole catalog there. Queen, jazz.
Oh, nice.
We got this Eddie Vedder album.
Oh,
ukulele songs.
Wow.
I'm not big on Eddie Vedder, but the packaging was really cool. It has a book.
That is really cool stuff.
We got a later Social Distortion album.
That's great record too. I mean, White. I think me and you love White Heat as our favorite, but that right there is really good.
Yeah, it's solid.
Yes.
Just the hits collection right here. Boston, Third Stage.
Nice.
And we got a couple more real quick. Chuck Berry Anthology.
Nice.
Best of the Boomtown Rats.
Wow.
Super Black Market Clash.
Nice.
Def Leppard Hysteria.
Wow. Cool.
And the last thing I found was this Volume 1 Sesame Street 3 CD set, which had the 3 original vinyl albums. They put it on CD. So
cool. Gotta have it.
You gotta have it.
Dude, those are great pickups. I mean, I was telling people I got a new car, and not only does my new car have a CD player, but it has a 5-disc CD player inside, dude. So
Wow.
yeah, it's kind of weird. I have like 4 loaded in, and it's kind of cool because it's like, whoa, like I've never seen a car that had it. So it's kind of cool. You got the Beastie Boys in there right now. I've got one of my friends record. He's just a solo artist. He comes to the store a lot. Chad, great guy. I've known him for years and years, and he's just one of those dudes that's just quiet, and he just puts out. He does everything himself. He puts out so many records, and he gave me his new CD, so I have that in there. It's kind of cool. He comes from like the punk background, but he's like a singer songwriter, so you can kind of see some of those edges come out. So yeah, I got his record in there, and yeah, I got a couple other ones. So that's kind of been cool going back and forth to work. I really haven't had too much long drives on it, but pretty cool. I've got something cool that I want to show. I don't have to go into great detail, but I think maybe it'll get a quick pop from the comment section. So although this might not be music related, I found this the other day, and I gotta flex it a little bit. The Mario check it out. So for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, you get the big box of it. What would you pick it up at that game store?
And I did get it at the game store, and I did get a hell of a price because I sent my brother to buy a PS4 for my nephew's birthday, and he said, well, since you gave me some business with your brother, I know you like that. So it's got the mouse pad and the mouse and the game. So I had to pop on the big box. Dan and I are both retro collectors, and I gotta love it. I must say, yeah, the NES, Super Nintendo, have to love it. So I just had to flex that in. Man,
it's cool. You can actually make music with that too.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So no, that's pretty cool. He gave me a really, really good deal since sent my brother in. So I was like, all right, well, if you're gonna hook it up, cool.
Well, Grand Champ, something happened after 20 years this week.
look at the title.
So we got for 20 years, guys. RCR back in the day, we had a camcorder. It was a little mini DV camera, you know, the little tapes you'd slip in. So I've had these tapes kicking around for 20 years. I've been holding on to these tapes, waiting to find another camera that actually worked. I found a camera this past week at the thrift store, and I was like, I'm finally going to test out these tapes. I start firing in tapes. The first one I pop in has RCR live in 2001 down in New Jersey playing. It must have been the first year the New Jersey Skate Fest happened.
Whoa, sick.
So it was like us and Bigwig and Catch 22. So there's footage of us performing, and it would have been pretty early with me singing as well. So it sounds like shit. I didn't know what I was doing, but I found that. The second show on the tape was live RCR opening up for Dead Kennedys when we did the tour with them.
That's sick. That's fucking awesome.
So I'm like, this is a great start. I find, you know, the first tape I pop in, 2 shows, exactly what I was hoping to see. The second tape I pop in, I hit fucking play on it. Next thing I know, I'm like, what the fuck? There's a cock. So Ryland Perry, who was the sax player in River City Rebels, it was his camera. So for 20 years I've been holding on to this.
We're not outing him. We're not outing him, are we? It could be anyone's cock.
No, it was his. I could hear him talking. I could hear him talking in the clip. Well, unless he was just there taping someone else. It was definitely Rylan. So I've been holding on to Rylan Perry's sex tape for 20 years now.
He's gonna watch this and be like, "Hey, that."
I haven't heard from Rylan in like a decade, so I'm guessing I probably will never. But it was just funny to be like, man, I popped this tape in, and next thing I know, it's this girl sucking.
Was it a shared camera for the band? Did he have permission to use it?
It was his. It was his camera.
Okay,
So,
okay. So,
but the
so
fact
Rylan
that I was like the keeper of all these tapes for all these years, and then unfortunately, I pop in the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth tape. There's like I don't even know what these were. They weren't even of anything. It was like people I didn't know. I'm like, do I have some other family's tapes here? I don't know what they were.
it was his family or something. Dude, that's crazy. But listen, the real question is: now that you had mentioned it, they got to be uploaded to YouTube.
So I need to get something to upload from the camera to the
Come
computer.
on,
You need a connector, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I'd love to upload the
I
footage
want
because
to see this shit. Now you over there saying it's new footage no one has seen. Now you're gonna be like,
no one has seen this in 20 plus years.
now you got to say I got to get cable. Now I got to wait. You know this
Gotta wait.
society's not about waiting, Bob.
You
Damn it!
gotta wait. But you know what? I did find our old sound guy, roadie, Mr. Everything, Sean Dave. He sent me some footage from Europe. The first
Solid.
time we went over to Europe. And we played the last show of our first European tour. We played in Belgium to a
Cool.
sold out crowd.
Do we have that footage?
And we do.
Do we
This is the
have
last
that footage?
we have this footage, and it's the last time RCR played Hurt Like I Do. And it was an encore. We were done. We had never played the song live with this lineup. So we're gonna see if this works. I'm hoping this will work here. So here we go. Uh-oh. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Come on.
I've never done this before.
It's got to work. Got to put it on YouTube. How can we get this on you? Download it, put it on YouTube too.
Yeah, I mean that was my plan, was to eventually get this uploaded. This ain't looking good, Grand Champ. This might have been a failed experiment.
Damn.
God damn it.
This looks sick. Look at the stage. It looks awesome. Great show.
Oh, it was a perfect show. One of those ones that was magical, it was like just playing that song last, it was very fitting.
I love that fucking song, to be honest, man. And everyone rolled with it. Demo that exists.
What? There's a bunch of demos. Yeah, there's a bunch of demos. I'm pretty sure that one's still kicking around somewhere.
Well, where the fuck can I hear it?
I don't know. GW says, was it a good angle? At least it was. Rylan was holding the camera up. He was doing it right.
Listen. Well, so are you gonna put that on Pornhub or what?
I think so. I'd probably make a few dollars off it. For the Rebs, my old band opened up with you dudes in Lansing, Michigan, 608. Okay. So that would have been the time that we were. I'm not even sure what lineup it would have been at that point.
I think that was Keepsake era. That was probably.
It could have been. It could have been the Keepsake, or it probably would have been Keepsake.
Yeah.
And Lansing, Michigan was always a good time.
7, right? I think it was 07 you got Keepsake came out.
Yeah.
Right? I believe, yeah. So then that would make sense. Yeah. One of my favorite records, Keepsake. I mean, I guess to me, I know we've talked a little bit about it on the show, but I guess if you're like doing a London Calling, like a record that incorporates everything, I would say it would be that. Yeah. There it is. Always love that cover too. Really cool simple cover.
Yeah, Zach Kaplan from Worthless United. That was one of his photos, and when I saw it, I'm like, man, that's it. He was on tour, and he took a photo on the side of the highway in like Arizona of that cross, and it's beautiful.
Also, one of my favorite Johnny Earthquake songs, "Goddamn Crosses on the Side of the Road."
Yeah, yeah.
Johnny Earthquake, great band too. No, I mean, the thing is, there's a lot in the works. Keepsake's going to find a vinyl release. This footage is going to be out. And if this shit ever stops, we're going to fucking get into a studio and record the new record. But it's been the hardest time trying to just, COVID's good, then it's bad, then it's good. You can't book any time with this shit. It's really hard. We still plan to put it out, guys, so we'll figure it out. We got time. Songs are really fucking good, so they're demoed out.
They're demoed out, but who knows when. Max in Lansing, Michigan. Max, I remember very well. Weird retro VHS shop. I don't recall so well. Mostly recently in Loveless era, so a while ago. Always a great time, great tunes with you guys. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was thinking it might have been in Loveless era, and we probably had like Sarah playing the violin with us. We probably had Rob and Patrick with us as well, playing bass and drums.
Patrick, have you heard from Patrick?
I haven't heard from Patrick. I know he was married and has a kid now, so
yeah, but I haven't even. He used to post about books and stuff on Instagram, but I haven't. It's been forever. Patrick's great.
No, I love Patrick. Oh, thank you, Jeff. Very kind words. Well, Jeff came to the studio out in San Diego when we were recording Keepsake. He was there. He was in the studio. He came. He was hanging out. So he knows firsthand. We're gonna try this again. We're gonna try this one more time.
Try it.
No, we're not. Maybe I skip over a little bit. Maybe it plays.
I really want to see this damn technology.
All right. I don't know.
Then
maybe
play.
Maybe I gotta download it. I don't know.
So the thing is, let's talk about how that happened. So the encore, did you give the go like fuck it? So we just roll with it? I mean, I know everyone's familiar with this song, but you guys had never played it, right?
No, the lineup had never played it, so it was weird. And that was the tour that we did with we had Scott from Worthless United playing bass guitar,
right?
And we had Dan Cooper playing second guitar from the Downtown Struts.
Yeah.
So you got to think these guys were fans of the album, but they had never played it. So the best part was watching these guys come up to me being like, what are the chords? I don't know what this.
Right. Made it happen, dude. That's really cool when it's like on the spot, like, fuck it, let's do it. Worst can happen is the worst can happen. Sometimes those jumps are the best. Really, man. It's kind of cool.
Let's see if this works.
Down.
I'm trying everything here. Try to get this to work.
You got to get those DV things uploaded. And whatever happened about, I wouldn't say a decade ago, you and Brendan did a
plus. Et comme un star académie, les gars. Ouais, yeah. Oh, what's up? Hey, what's up, man? What's up? Il faut tout casser, quoi. On casse l'entrepôt ce soir. En Londres. Ouais, normal.
guy calling Scott. What are you going to be playing?
Does a black heart look the same? Can a berry stay love? Hers is sweet, sweet ebony, and mine's a lilac wonder. With a kiss, I'll close my eyes, I'll melt into a soul. Screw my mind if it gets seen, lay it out, Providence, Rhode Island. Desperation's like the marks I left on the back. It's now or never, love. So say something back. Don't need nothing more. If this the last time, I'm gonna freeze it. I'm gonna freeze it. I'll make your heart like I do. And I'll never think twice. I'll make your heart like I do.
Love this right here.
Come on,
Nick.
allez. I'll make your heart like I do. And I'll never think twice, but I'll make your heart like I do. Sing loud, you motherfuckers. And I'll never think twice. I'll make your heart like I do. Alright, fuckers, that's seriously all we got. Thank you so much.
That might be it, man. That might be the coolest fucking live Rebels fucking video I've seen. That's I mean, it's pretty special. You gotta get that on fucking line. You gotta get
I
that.
know it, and it just a beautiful the sound system, and then to have that one kid come up and he's like fucking right on the mic with me, and then he dives out as the break hits, and it's
I mean, dude, that's the rock and roll shit that people just dream of having to do. You know, having the power to do that. That song, I mean, speaking from myself, is my favorite Rebel song, probably. I mean, it's just simple. It's just great. I love it. Just everything. It's a hit, man. And dude, that video, you got to put it up. That
yeah, no,
really,
I just Sean Dave sent a bunch of files from that tour, and so I just been going through them and trying to find stuff that was cool, and
yeah. Fuck.
that to me was my favorite one. So I mean, that's
And it's cool because you can kind of see it where everyone's like, "Oh shit, okay, let's do it." How to do, and it's magic. That's like the kind of band thing where you're like, "All right, it's cool," you know, telling people the chords and just doing it. You know, you get the
Sarah on the violin, just nailing those lines too.
oh,
Like,
oh, fuck. You know how she's doing? You know whereabouts she is at, or
yeah, she's married. She has a band, a folk band that she plays in, and she's doing well. Seems like I haven't spoken to her for a few years, but I see her on Facebook, so I know she's doing all right.
right on?
And
Yeah,
I love in that footage too. You saw Dan Cooper, the other guitar player,
yeah,
and you could tell he was such a fan of that tune. Like he's just like fucking screaming it on that side.
yeah.
I love it. Everything about that.
It's one of those magic moments where you really are thankful someone had a camera. So many of those moments don't get captured for, you know, especially, you know, even 5-10 years ago where people just didn't have iPhones, you know, or, you know, as much, you know, you got to think there was
That,
so
that was a flip cam.
much flip cam, that good quality for that. That's cool, man. You got to compilate it together and get some stuff. Do you know if that podcast still exists that you guys were talking about some of the earlier days? I remember listening to it. It's really cool. You and Brandon.
I don't know where those are now. I mean, I'm sure they're somewhere, but
I remember when they first came out. I thought they were really cool. How many did you guys do? Do you remember of the
it was
talking about the early?
I think it was just two episodes that we did of it.
I remember listening. I mean, it had to be a ways ago. And I remember you used to keep a tour blog. You used to like write. Wasn't it you that used to just like kind of write about some shows? Like, was it a
I
live?
think Brandon probably was the one keeping the
Oh,
log, and
yeah, maybe it was him. I used to keep updates when you guys were on tour. I used to write a little bit about each. What year was that from, Bob?
I believe that was 2009 or 2010.
I want to believe there was one Europe tour that you guys went on. And I remember I was still living at home at the time, and you had messaged me crazy last minute about possibly playing bass. You remember that? Like on one of the tours, it was like
It would have been that tour right there.
Yeah, I think it was that. I mean, this was a while ago because I remember still being at home, and I was like, "Oh shit, I don't have any." I didn't. I mean, I didn't have fucking anything. I didn't have any way to get passport and. Okay, yeah, it must have been that one. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was stoked on the opportunity. You were like, "Grand Champ." I was like, "Oh fuck!" I was like, "I would have to learn." It's really quick. It's awesome, man. I mean, I've said it before. Like, it's still an honor being in the band, playing music with you, man. Growing up a fan. I've said it before, but it's really cool, man. And being a part of the legacy, even the small, tiny piece of the legacy that is the band. It's really awesome to be a part of it. And a lot of people, you know, hits after hits, and a lot of talented people. And that's the thing about the history of the Rebels. A lot of people brought a lot of stuff. Really cool being a part of a family that kind of so many talented, like madly crazy talented people.
Yeah, we're talking. It's the fact that it's been like over 40 ex members. It's just like this extended family of lineups and members. It's insane to think about, really, just how many people have been through it, and that doesn't even count like the part-time people that were just helping out for tours or whatever.
Yeah. It's really kind of cool that it gets to the point where everyone's kind of connected through the band, like, so I think of like Patrick and stuff, and when he was like, in hardcore bands before that, kind of like me, it's like just like a big web of like everyone's in different bands, and it's kind of all comes back to the Rebels. It's kind of cool, in the sense like, especially the Vermont and New Hampshire like punk and hardcore scene, like everyone can be tied to the band. Just think it's kind of like the granddaddy of the scene up here, especially even the Northeast in general.
I was thinking about this Grand Champ. Like so on like all the Vermont bands, right? Where do you think popularity wise the River City Rebels rank in general, like all of history of Vermont?
Dude, I mean, I'm not trying. I guess I mean, for me personally, like if we're talking punk and hardcore, like at the top. I mean,
I was just saying, I'm thinking in general though, like all like the history of the scene. Like
oh,
not just punk, I'm talking like all music.
all music. Oh, okay. I mean, for me, I guess being biased, I mean, top 5 easily when I think of of bands, even like Fish and stuff like that. I mean, the thing is like I remember going to Dana Rec, and I remember the atmosphere and that brought, and it's just like it's hard to like tell people about it, like what it was like. And I'm fortunate that I got to, I was really young and got to, I had kids bringing me, friends, but it's hard to explain that now. You know what I mean? It's like you kind of had to be lucky to be there and because there's so many, the Rebels, so many people started bands because of the Rebels, and that's hard to explain to people. Like the Rebels were that band that everyone started bands because they heard, a lot, that's like, there's not many bands that literally people see and start bands because of,
Well,
and
I was talking to my buddy Tom about this, and he was in that band The Drags.
yeah, they
And
interact
and
all the
we were talking about this, and he goes, we played an outdoor free show in the parking lot of Staples in front of a record store for Playing to Live, Living to Play. And he was there, and he goes, there was probably about 100 people that showed up. And he's like, the weird part was about half of those people would start bands after that show.
absolutely.
The Yarbles were there. It was like, it was a
Yeah,
big deal.
it just kind of, I think it's special, man. I mean, it's just really kind of, yeah, it kind of was like it was, the Rebels became the New England, like if you think in sports team, when you guys got signed, it was like that you guys were the band that were the only band that was even from the area that got signed, or even New England, for that matter.
Yeah, it just it blows my mind how special and important that was, and you
There's
know,
got to be some documentation because you're really good about it too, and piecing some of the history together. It's got to be some way to do that. And I think of the Rebels as much as I think of like Johnny Earthquake Band, and I'm like two bands that need I don't know if it has to be a short doc or what has to happen, but Johnny Earthquake Band and the River City Rebels need to somehow be documented in video form somehow. I know the story's not all over, but in the sense of where it started and where it became.
well, it's weird as time goes by. I think people start to forget just because now punk rock isn't this predominant thing in music anymore.
Uh,
So it's kind of been a little bit forgotten, but
it's just the thing is the people that were there, even not even if they're in there, like just in the early scene before social media, like shows were such a big aspect of people's lives, so like I don't know if that will be forgotten in a lot of people. What's this? Oh yeah,
so I used to always do local hall shows, and I called them the White River Rumble. That was my
yeah,
series of shows.
I went to
And
one.
the show that Tony Brummel from Victory came in to see, well, They were there for it. I remember it being such a big deal, and I I was so grateful that everyone in the scene came out to that show. So it appeared like the River City Rebels were like really happening, which in that area, in this area, yeah, we were. But outside of this area, we weren't jack shit. But everyone in this scene made us like elevated us to a different level. I mean, they were the main reason we got signed, I'm sure of it.
Well, and I think you can contest to this that you know the scene is small around here, and there's talented people and there's people who love the music. There's always been, but I think there's even a smaller group of people that really take music seriously. And I think not saying other people didn't, but I think the Rebels kind of incorporated that. The people who are playing with you guys or around and surrounding you guys, like it was a way of life. It was beyond like, oh, I like bands and I play guitar. It was like, it was pretty much way of life. And I think that kind of morphs into something bigger, just that alone, where it's like, nah, these guys, this is it. Like, there's not much else going on in their lives. Like, this is it.
The Rebels coming to our town was always a big deal for us. Small town pride.
Yeah.
I think that was the other thing. We would just go anywhere and play. It didn't matter what town. If you were like, here's $75, come play. We're like, all right, we're there. We'll drive 12 hours to get there. And I think that was probably another big deal too, is that we weren't repping a city. We were repping like the small areas and the small towns to make it okay to be like, hey, I'm a punk rocker. I don't give a shit. I'm surrounded by a bunch of rednecks in my life, but here's my outlet. Here's my band.
I remember all the Randolph shows, man. Like, I remember those being really huge too. Randolph
scene was incredible early on. And
I remember, I was really young at the time. And I remember that that a lot of people remember that Burlington Town Hall show that you guys did. And I think it was a town hall or something, but right on Church Street. And I remember being at that, and I think that was Hate to Be Loved era too. Right? Possibly around that time.
That would have been the time we were all living in the house together at Buck Road.
Yeah.
That would have been that time. And that we had spent probably 8-9 months working on kind of reinventing ourselves, really, is what it was. I can add it real quick. This footage too, this Matt Mazer shot this footage, and it's like, I am so grateful that he did, because it captured the height of the energy of what we had been working towards for so long.
Mazer. We love Mazer. Dove. Oh, you got a video. Is this the show? Is this the show I'm talking about? Yeah. Those are great openers too. Love Chris Day. Love the bass. That was back when Big Heavy World was a big thing. You know, everyone used to go
So,
on the message board.
I mean, the fact that we had opened up with a brand new song from a record that wasn't out yet and people were still into it, and then we kick into obviously a favorite of the past
Yeah,
few years.
awesome, man.
That was such a big show. That was like that was it. That was happening.
Special, man. I mean, again, it's hard to explain to the kids, and I think it's just strange that social media has changed so much. Where it was really such a special thing to go to a show. Like it was what a group. It was what this was.
Yeah.
Never forget it. Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, HD camera would have been nice in retrospect, but at least we got something, I guess. Yeah. So, well, shit.
Upload that, Bob. You're gonna have to
Yeah,
get.
I gotta get all this footage up, but I'm glad that we got to reminisce a little bit. We got to
Yes,
go over some pickups.
yes, and next week, same time, everyone. Thanks for commenting. We appreciate it, and we're having a lot of fun, man, doing this show. We both work and rushing out and making it happening is worth it. It's good to connect with people, and yeah, if you guys ever find anything, send it our way. Maybe we'll post it on the show. Oh, Randolph show.
Where Ward didn't show up to sing
Hockey
because
game
he had
practice.
hockey practice, and Gabe sang the whole set.
Gabe, yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Everyone have a good night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week.